What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I have gone ahead and compiled 14 functional CC objects for The Sims 4 that I think y'all should definitely check out. In the description, I'll also provide some timestamps, and I'll also be grouping things by creators. So the next 6 objects are going to be by Ravishing. The first item that we are going to be checking out is the return of the newspaper. I don't know if I'm the only person that actually wants newspapers in The Sims 4. I think it's kind of weird that they've completely just left it out. I know a lot of people don't do the whole newspaper thing, but for my elderly Sims, such as Georgia Burdett, newspapers are still very much a thing, especially in her morning routine. So now, thanks to Ravishing, we have this beautiful newspaper stand, which allows your Sims 2 different interactions. The first interaction is to purchase a copy of The Sims Daily Breaking News for 2 simoleons. This is a single purchase, and once your Sim has gone ahead and made that purchase, they'll actually walk up to the stand and the issue will go straight into their inventory. But if you would like to receive a newspaper every morning at 9 a.m., subscribe. You have subscribed to The Sims Daily for a discounted rate of 1 simoleon a day. Every day you will get the latest news delivered near your mailbox. Unsubscribe anytime through a mailbox, newspaper, or newsstand. I want you guys to check out the detail of this newspaper. I think it's really freaking cute. Kind of looks more or less like a magazine or something, but I really like how official this looks. Also, just keep in mind that the newspapers have like a 24-hour shelf life. So after 24 hours, they'll actually get brown and dingy, which I think is super duper cool. And if you let your Sims accumulate more than 5 on a lot, they just won't be delivered anymore until you actually clear them up. So when you click on your newspaper, you'll be able to do several things, such as finding odd jobs, reading about a festival. You can also check for discounts. You can check recent neighborhood stories, check the neighborhood action plans if you have eco lifestyle. You could also read things like the daily news briefing, a daily joke, or a daily affirmation. We're going to actually check out the daily affirmation. Your Sim will actually pick up the newspaper and look at it, which is also just another little minor touch that really adds that realism in there. And then for your affirmation, you'll get it in Moodlet form, and it basically just says, I know that this is not coming from a real person, but maybe this AI has emotions. I certainly feel great now. So something you'll also notice is that some of these, I guess, interactions and responses are derived from the Lindsay speaker. That doesn't necessarily bother me per se, but I do wish it was actually coming from the newspaper itself. So I'm not really sure if that's anything Ravishing has control over, but just a little, minor thing to add. And then another thing that you can do is check for discounts. I was really hoping with this that you would actually receive a discount, kind of like rebate day and that type of thing. But unfortunately, it just looks like the only thing that happens from this is that you get another moodlet and it just says buddy discount. If it's a discount that is wanted, it pays to be known around town. I literally have no idea what that even means. Another interaction that I want to mention is that if you have cats and dogs and your pet runs away, you're actually able to post a missing pet alert via the newspaper. The next 4 items I have to share with you are all food related. So if your Sim is a foodie or you're just looking for a little extra convenience when it comes to cooking in the kitchen, these are going to be for you. The first item that I have to share with you is actually a little flyer, and I thought this was like so smart. It is the instant pizza menu. So this little object right here can actually be placed in your inventory, so you can order pizzas on the go, or it can actually be placed on like a cork board or the wall. I think that was really cute, and all you need to do is just click on it and select order pizza, and this will basically prompt the menu, and you can pick any pizza your heart desires. And the best part is you don't have to wait for anybody to deliver it. So say you wanted a pepperoni pizza and you wanted it now, voila, there's your pepperoni pizza in your inventory. The only thing left to do is to find a slottable surface that you can actually serve it, and there you go, instant pizza. This next item is kind of on the same wavelength. It just makes cakes and birthdays and that whole experience a lot easier, in my personal opinion, because if you've been following my Pepper legacy, y'all know every freaking birthday that I have, I'll spend hours in the kitchen making a delicious cake for my Sim, and then somebody will put the little grubby hands in it before I can get a chance to put with birthday candles on top. So this is the Cake a Break, which is so fitting for the occasion. And basically what you can do is you can purchase a piece of Cake Bakery for 150 simoleons, so it is quite expensive, or you can also purchase a wedding cake. And when you select the piece of Cake Bakery, it basically provides a prompt where you can choose whatever cake your heart desires. So for instance, say I wanted to go with this cake here. I mean, it's not a birthday cake, I guess, so maybe I should go with something a little bit different. So instead, maybe I'll do the monster cake. Once I purchase it for 150 simoleons, it will instantly go into the Cake a Break pastry box, which is its own separate inventory where your Sims that have those little sticky fingers, they can't necessarily get to. Another cool thing is that you could actually put this box in your inventory, and so when you're ready to serve your birthday cake, all you need to do is just pull it out, put it in a appropriate slot. I'm like struggling today, and then you're able to add your your candles and whatnot. And remember, the exact same thing goes for wedding cakes as well, except the only difference is that the prices on the wedding cakes are variable, whereas the other bakery cakes are just more one price. So there we go. We have our white and rainbow cupcake. Is this a cupcake display? I don't think I've actually ever seen this before. This is really pretty, just saying. One of the main reasons why I think a lot of us don't play with cupcakes in The Sims 4 is because in order to access them, you need to have that super large and obnoxious bakery machine or cupcake machine, and that's just not that realistic for me personally. So this provides a one-tile solution where your Sims can still cook cupcakes and pastries and all that jazz. So we're gonna have my Sim Georgia whip up some classic vanilla cupcakes, because you can never go wrong with some classic vanilla cupcakes. And basically she'll grab all the ingredients like she normally would, her pots, her pans, her spoons, and things like that. And I actually think if I'm not mistaken, I think the trays might be a little bit different than they would obviously if you were using the machine, but I really like this a lot. I think this is such a cute idea. There's another thing too that I believe this item does. So for instance, once your Sim is done making like their pastry, I think you're able to click the pastry placement helper, and basically it would allow your Sim, or it would prompt your Sim to move the object to an appropriate slot so that you could decorate them, or you could add like other toppings and stuff. I don't really get that, but there you go. There's your cupcakes. And I'm pretty sure y'all saw like the little pan come out. I have my Sims autonomy off right now and they're struggling. They really are. They're really struggling. So I have to cheat a couple things. This last food item I've definitely showcased before in my videos, but I've never actually talked about it. And that is the s'more option. So this comes in a couple different flavors. Like you have like a sign and things like that. I'm not going to dive into all that. I don't want this video to be super long. But when you click on the s'mores tray, you're actually able to roast your marshmallows in a fire, a grill, what is it called? Like a fire pit. And also you can roast your marshmallows, I guess, on an iron stove, or just whatever object that provides a heat source that would be, I guess, appropriate to roast a marshmallow on. You're allowed to do that. So I'm going to have my Sim roast marshmallows on her iron stove. And we're going to create one single s'more. Oh no, we can create one single s'more. We can also create like a family size of s'mores. So let's just create one little single serving just to see what that looks like. And then also, if you're lazy and you want it instantly, you can just do a little grab and go of a single serving, a party size, a family size, and obviously the prices vary. So look at her. I actually have never made a s'more on the stove before. Anytime I've ever played around with the s'more options object, I've been like camping, and I don't know why you would use oil and salt, but I guess that's just part of the animation. But look at that. Look at how freaking detailed that s'more is. And she's flipping it. Oh my god. Like, don't mess with me, Georgia. I kind of want this, and I kind of want this right now. But isn't that so cute? Look at it all like plated up and stuff. Oh my goodness. She is not even hesitating, y'all. She just wants to dive into that like ASAP. I think that's so cute. And like the little animation and the bite and stuff, it's just so realistic. I'm not sure if she gets a moodlet from eating this, so let me have her enjoy. And oh yeah, actually you do. It says s'more, the perfect combination of marshmallow, chocolate, and graham crackers. Yum. I think we can all admit that representation in The Sims 4 is literally key, and I'll admit the Jewish community really doesn't have a lot of it, which is unfortunate. And so when I came across the Happy Lamaka set by Ravisheen, I had to share it with you guys. So it's actually a 6-piece set with one functional item called the Lamaka Anora that actually took me by surprise. I'll show you guys what this bad boy can do in just a second, but let me showcase all of the little decor items. So here we have the Lamaka mirror, which obviously you can go ahead and place on your wall there. I think that is super beautiful. Then there's also, hold on a quick little second, it's taking me a moment to find this. We have the Lamaka welcome mat, so it has like little dreidels and things like that. There's actually 2 different swatches, so we have the menorah and the dreidels. I think that's super cute. I also really like the texture of that. And then there is the Lamaka chalk sign, so that's what that one looks like. There might be a couple swatches to this too. Oh, that's so cute. All right, so how many was that? Was that like 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm sorry. It's actually a 4-piece set, but your girl got confused by the swatches. I had to move the menorah into the kitchen because for whatever reason the Sims couldn't get to it. This is what it looks like with one candle lit. You do have a couple options with this. You can actually light all of the candles simultaneously. You can also extinguish the candles, or if you want, you can light each candle individually. You can either do this by your sim self, or you could have the entire household join in, which I think is so cute. So we are going to have Perla come help her grandmother light the menorah. So with the first lighting, the middle of the menorah, the middle candle of the menorah will light, and so will one of the end pieces. Typically the lighting of the menorah does go a lot more smoothly, but of course because I'm doing this video I'm having an issue. But let's try that one more time. This time we're gonna have Bernard help out Georgia. I'm not sure if I was just like seeing things, but I do believe your Sims that partake in this tradition will also get a little relationship boost. But just check out how cute this is. I love the fact that each candle does truly light, and it just I don't know, it feels very detailed to me. So there we go. We're lighting yet another candle, and there you are. There's also a bunch of different swatches too, and believe me when I say there is no shortage of swatches. So the next 4 items I have to share with you are by a creator called Zebzid. The first collection, however, is actually derived from the Everyday Clutter Kit. So y'all remember the Everyday Clutter Kit and how it had like some workout gear, but obviously none of it was functional, which was kind of annoying. Well, Zebzid decided to actually make it functional, starting with this little like activity set, I suppose. So once you click on it, you're able to purchase a Everyday Clutter kettlebell for 200 simoleons, and you can also purchase the exercise mat. This exercise mat is different from the yoga mat from Spa Day, so that's just something to note there. I think the only requirement, if I'm not mistaken, is that you just have the Everyday Clutter Kit, but other than that, I think you would be able to run this little like mini collection just with the base game and the Everyday Clutter Kit. So now that we have those items, they are tucked in our inventory. I can actually go and pull those on to the gym floor, I think, or no, I can't pull it, but hopefully I'll be able to have Georgia place it into the world, and it looks like it got placed underneath the counter. Perfect, love that for me. But with this, you're able to do the bicycle crunch workout. So if we can see Georgia here, I might have to just delete this counter. I don't even care, just let it go away. Just be gone with your bad self, because you're not gonna be messing up my vibe. You're not gonna be messing up my vibe. But there she goes. She's doing the crunch. Love these animations, by the way. We can also do a burpee workout, jumping jacks, and the pistol squat workout. I have no clue what that is. As you guys can see, her fitness level is increasing. Now, I am curious. Okay, I am slightly curious to know if this would tick off a workout requirement for a job, because Zebzid is also the creator of the Get Fit Pack, which is basically another pack of theirs where they've created functional workout objects. I've talked about this, I've showed it before, but the only downside to that is that it actually doesn't count as taking off the workout requirement for a job. Does that make sense? So I am curious to know if that kind of transpires with this as well. But we're gonna have Georgia do the pistol squat. Oh my gosh. Like I would crap my pants. I would split my chonies. I would stain my socks. That's too much. That's too much for me. I can barely walk up the stairs right now without like passing out. Speaking of which, we need a drink. So another cool thing that comes with this little mini kit is the thirsty thermos. So with the thirsty thermos, you put this in your inventory. It's the only way that it's gonna work, and you can have your sim drink a protein shake. Yeah, they can drink a protein shake. So I think this also might increase their fitness, which is awesome. But another thing I noticed earlier, maybe not now, actually no, it does work. Okay, I was about to like eat my own words, is that it helps with your Sims's hunger. So that is pretty freaking awesome. Let me get Georgia, okay, over here to a more larger space so that I can show you guys the kettlebell. All right, I'm gonna do it right there. Hopefully this works this time. I do believe there are some swatches too as well to these objects. Oh my god, where did it go? Okay, right between her legs. So just something else to note. But yeah, we're gonna have her workout. So she's gonna grab the kettlebell, and there we go. The animations associate with the workout. I love that. We also have ourselves a little energized moodlet from the protein shake. Not only does protein fill you up, but it helps you build muscle. While George is back at the gym working on her pistol squats, Bernard decided to take his granddaughter out of school just a little bit early so that they could enjoy the park. It is a beautiful day. One of the objects that I came across that I was super excited about was the functioning soccer goal. The only thing that I will say that makes me a little bit sad about this is that you can't actually have multiple Sims join in. It kind of bums me out just a little bit, but on the plus side, okay, on the plus side, it is base game compatible, and as you guys can see, it does increase your fun, your fitness, and for children, their motor skill, which I find to be personally really exciting because I feel like there aren't really a lot of objects that children can interact with. And just watching Perla, whom by the way is a super athletic sim, kicking a ball into the soccer goal, it might just seem like a really small detail, but it actually makes my heart shine. It kind of like bonds me more with the sim because I feel like they're doing something that they're interested in. I don't know, it just kind of brings them to life a little bit more. So there is one other object. I love how there's like a lemon tree here. This is kind of perfect. But there's one other object that I wanted you guys to check out. So that is the lemonade stand stall, whatever you want to call it. So I do believe children all the way up to adults can actually attend the stall. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that the blueprint for this lemonade stand is actually quite large. So just make sure you have room for it, because if you place it down and your sim tries to route to the stand and it fails for some reason, the object is completely useless and you have to repurchase it and place it down. Just a little bug that I found. Now, I've been here for, well, a couple hours, it feels like. And unfortunately, not a single soul is brave enough to try my lemonade. So Grandpa to the rescue. He's gonna come over here and order himself a little drink so we can grab a lemonade, a black currant, blueberry, strawberry, honeydew, iced tea. Actually, you know what? Iced tea on this hot summer day just sounds like heaven. So we're gonna come over and grab ourselves a little tea. Now we will receive 25 simoleons for the sale. She grabs herself a little coffee pot, hands the drink over, and Mr. Bernard goes, and I guess he sits down and enjoys his freshly squeezed iced tea. Maybe it's powder, I don't know. I was kind of hoping we would have somebody come up to the stall autonomously, but it doesn't look like this is gonna happen. However, as you guys can see, our energy is going up like through the roof. I don't know if it's because it's like kind of classifying it as coffee, but also our hunger is as well. This final object by Zepsid is definitely a little unique. I haven't really played with anything like this before, but here we are at the Kettlebell Range in Strangerville because, well, Strangerville is a military town, and in case y'all didn't know, in my Pepper Legacy, I have a sim. His name is Oliver. He's actually going to be enlisting into the military, and I thought this would be a really cool like storytelling piece, so it's kind of a spoiler. I don't know, but I thought this was kind of fun. Also, you could definitely build like an actual shooting range and have your sims are maybe in the police career or police academy, use this item for training, or if you wanted to go on like a date with a sim, or maybe you had a sim that was like a, you know, an enthusiast of sorts, you know, there's just a lot you could do with this. But anyways, this item basically allows your sims to practice their shooting, and I love how Bernard just whipped out his shotgun there, and he's trying to practice. It doesn't really look like this is controlled at all. It just looks like he's just, you know, shooting it off. But we have easy practice shot, hard practice shot, and then a quick shot. So I don't know if each, I guess, shot you take, it will then determine what, you know, what gun you use, but that's basically what is happening here. So now we have what appears to be like a pistol. I'm not sure, but I found this really intriguing. Like, I actually like this a lot. I thought this was kind of fun, and it does indeed improve your logic skill. At least that is what the mod notes say. However, I'm actually not noticing any increase of my logic at all whatsoever. I'm gonna need y'all to give me a quick pass for a second. I know this house is absolutely freaking disgusting, but I have a mod to fix that in just a little bit. But I wanted to talk really quick about the alarm clock by lot number 5, or lot 5. So basically, this is the alarm clock. Comes in 2 different styles. We have like an old-fashioned kind of alarm clock, and then we have a more modern version, which I'll show you guys in just a second. But look at this bad boy. This is actually a really, really freaking cool mod. So if your sim is a, you know, heavy sleeper, or they're lazy, they're often going to have a hard time waking up. This might make it a little bit easier, or it might make it worse. Who really knows? But with the sunrise alarm clock, you're able to subscribe to the daily report, which essentially allows your sim to receive your local weather and news from around the world each day. You turn off your alarm. So I like that. Let's enable that. And then you can also create an alarm, but listen, the options are endless. Like, they're really specific, which is kind of nice. So you can and create a sunrise based alarm. So when the sun comes up, the alarm will go off. Maybe this is good for like retired sims, or it's like summer break or something. I don't know. You can also create a career based alarm clock. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Or if you want to get into specifics, you can literally create a specific time. So just for the sake of showing you, I'm going to set this alarm for 9 p.m. But I can go into further detail and select the minutes on the hour. So we'll do 9:15, and I could actually manage my weekly schedule too. I can disable and remove the alarm, but for now we're just going to do Monday, you know, or Sunday, Monday. We're just going to 7 days of the week. That's what we're going to do. But again, you can make this also specific for each day of the week if you wanted to go into greater detail. But anyways, once you've done that, you're just going to hit OK, and you're going to wait. You're going to wait some more. Another thing that I wanted to add is that if your sim is, oh wait, hold on. If you select the bed, you can sleep until the alarm rings. Oh wait, hold on. We might need to play with this a little bit. If Georgia doesn't make it, I might need to test this out. But what was I going to say? If you have other sims in the room with you, this alarm might agitate them. But from what I hear, oh my God, that thing is so loud. Did you hear it? Will it keep going? Oh wait, she turned it off autonomously. I don't know if you guys heard it, but hopefully you did. But yeah, if you have toddlers and babies in the room and the alarm goes off, it's going to irritate the hell out of them. It won't affect the other sims as much, but just something to kind of, you know, add. And hopefully you heard the alarm. It sounds very classic alarmish. I don't know how else to describe it. The weather is currently warm, and we are experiencing some light rain. Tons of rain punctuated by occasional lightning. Stay out of the pool today, folks. folks, in the news, Ayan Basu in the Basu household is now a freelance crafter in the freelance career. Nothing of note has recently happened. Check back tomorrow. So basically, like mentioned, every time you turn off your alarm clock, you get a little brief synopsis of the weather and just kind of things happening around your world. Now, I wanted to show you guys the other alternative to the alarm clock, so just give me a quick little second here. I've definitely played around with alarm clocks before, like custom content ones, but I think this one is more or less what I'm personally looking for. So we also have the bread and butter, what is this? The bread and butter toaster clock. I'm not sure where this came from, but yeah, you can kind of play around with that too a little bit if you're, you know, looking for something a little more modern or perhaps even, you know, kid friendly. But the reclaimed wood grain alarm clock is kind of like my go-to personally, and I think it kind of fits like Georgia's aesthetic. Now with this, there's also 2 brand new reward traits. I'm sorry, Georgia, that's like really weird. Like spine on her in her nightgown, kind of creepy. All right, so let's head over to the reward store. We have Bedrock, which is a 25-point reward, and it says these Sims are impossible to wake up. They are more likely to sleep through their alarm. Then if we scroll down a little bit further, we have the Rise and Shiner for 225 reward points. You know, I'm starting to think that this was a little bit of a typo. So take advantage while you can, friends, because I think this is actually how much it's supposed to be. But anyways, it says these Sims are always ready to start their day. When their alarm goes off, they are more likely to wake up immediately. I didn't see if there was any moodlets, so y'all can like let me know if there was like associated with that alarm, but I don't think there was. The next 2 objects I have are actually by Mizor Yuki. Let me bring home Bernard and Perla. Okay, so functioning brooms. Oh my gosh, y'all. So if you have the Bust the Dust kit, these are gonna kind of act as like the vacuums would, I guess. But if you have the base game, these will work just a little bit differently. I have definitely showed off this item before, like a really long time ago, but people always ask me about it. So now there's like an official video on it. But there's gonna be 3 different flavors, so like 3 different brooms you can choose from. We'll check that out in just a second. But we're gonna have Georgia sweep around. There may not be like a lot of space for her to do that. So this is what it looks like when your Sim sweeps around. Again, make sure you have enough space, otherwise this isn't gonna work. So yeah, it's not gonna work in very like detailed or cramped or confined builds. It's just not a thing. But essentially what Sims will sweep to perfection are, from what I understand, poop, puddles, and etc. So I think you can also sweep up some of these little hair piles too. So any garbage or anything that you have on the ground essentially will get swept. But because because I have such a cramped home, it's a little hard to show off. There's also a moodlet, and it says no dust left behind. Georgia is going on a sweeping kick and has no plans of ceasing her relentless assault on the dust occupying her home. Spurred on by a fresh burst of energy and focus, Georgia could do this all day. The floors will rue the day they tested Georgia's resolve. Okay, so here are your 3 choices of broom. The first one is the medieval broom. Then we have the modern wooden broom, and then last but not least we have the classic wood broom. I do apologize for the cat's hurts. The house is a literal mess. Just try to, like, you know, keep your peeps away from it. That is so I'm like actually embarrassed a little bit, but anyway, each broom does come with a nice little series of swatches so that you can kind of, you know, play around and have the room like fit your aesthetic, since this is something that's out in the open. I think that's kind of important. The last object by Mizor Yuki is definitely one I've been personally on the hunt for. So ever since Snowy Exceed came out and there was like this object that allowed your Sims to take off their shoes once they came inside, I thought it was kind of weird how like Sims didn't do the same for like their hats and stuff. Not necessarily their gloves, which is also another feature. Please ignore the ghost of Bernard while there's a live one in the household. There's just a lot of things happening. But anyways, Mizor Yuki has created an object that allows you to have your Sims take off their hats once they come inside. I thought that was so freaking nifty. So here is one of 3 objects that reflect that. So I'll show you guys the other ones in just a second, but basically you can set hat rules and glove rules for your Sims. So for instance, you can allow hats indoors, you can remove hats for women only, men only, I guess remove hats indoors for men and female household members. There's like a lot of things you can do, and this does work for even toddlers too, by the way. So toddlers and up, I've noticed this works on. And you can also do the same for gloves. So I actually have an outfit on Georgia where she's wearing a hat and gloves. It's her gardening outfit, and so I think it's really cool that when she comes indoors, she just autonomously takes those off. So let me show you really quick what I'm talking about. This is probably, well, this outfit's probably not the best example, but let me get her into the outfit that I was actually talking about really quick, if you guys don't mind. She's going to be freezing her bum off. Like, I even created 2 different outfits, one with gloves and one without, because it irks me that when she comes inside, she's wearing her gloves. Well, in this case, but typically, I guess the hat would bother me too. I don't know. Anyway, so now that she's wearing that, let's just keep a close little eye here on her hat and her glove. And then I'm going to have her come inside. I'm so sorry. It is so dirty. Let's have her go here. And you'll notice that she'll take it off, like just autonomously. It'll just come right off. There we go. Her hat and her gloves are both off. Isn't that so cool? I thought that was really cool. It's just the minor details for me. I could absolutely envision this being something that is useful in like a formal setting. Maybe you're at a wedding, maybe you're out to dinner at a very nice restaurant, and wearing those things indoors might be a little questionary. I'm not sure. So we have the row of coat hooks as an option. There's also the wall mounted, I think, clothing rack that also will allow you to set those rules. And then we have the Pritchel coat rack as well. So that is what those look like. For the last and final item that I have to share with you is this beautiful horchata set by Balkanika, I think. Basically, it allows your Sims to prepare horchata. If you guys don't know what horchata is and you've never had it, let me know in the comments down below. Horchata is actually, it's pretty good. It's typically like, I think it's like made out of, I don't know if it's made out of like rice and cinnamon. It's a thing. Okay. But it's typically, I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's very popular in Mexico. I'm not sure where else in the world it's popular. I envision there's probably some other places, but this is just what I'm familiar with. But anyways, with this, you're able to create spice, berry horchata, cinnamon horchata, coconut, iced coffee horchata, or a strawberry horchata. So I'm going to have Georgia create this iced horchata really quick. And with this, it will, I think it does actually like satiate some of those hunger needs and things like that. Once they consume the horchata, they'll actually get a moodlet that corresponds with the one that they drank. They're just, how do I get through an entire video when there's just so much like just shushery happening? It's crazy, but I love the actual mesh of the glass itself, and each one kind of looks a little bit different. There are some that are the same, obviously, but as y'all saw, a couple of these drinks do have different mugs and whatnot. Georgia just finished her drink, and since it was an iced horchata coffee, she ended up getting an energy boost. A glass of icy cold horchata topped with just enough caffeine to help you go through your day. And she's finishing it up with Zebzid's Thirsty Thermos. Yes, we love a hydrated queen. Anyways, long story short, and a very polite ghost. He's like, oh hell no, I may be dead, but I still can see that your house is a mess, girl. I'm gonna help you a little bit. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this list of functioning items. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any functional CC objects that you would like to share with me, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. If there's anything here that caught your eye today, I will provide a link in the description to my website so that you can actually go through and download these items. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope that you all enjoyed, and if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Let you go, but have you really gone?